Good morning, welcome back to my daily Transcontinental Race 2023 race roundup. This is day 13, so let's have a little look and see what's been going on. And we've got a fairly steady stream of riders crossing the finish line now. So we are, day 13, so 12 and a bit days race time. And you can see, there's a lot of riders on that final parcours and on the final run-in. So there's going to be, every couple of hours, there's going to be someone crossing the finish line. So yesterday, just as I was recording, or just before I was recording, Jamie Wilson was the first woman to finish. So here's the official time for her. So 11 days, 7 hours, 39 minutes. So she takes the women's win in the Transcontinental. So yeah, fantastic race from her. She took the win. We had our drama yesterday. Unfortunately, Maria crashed out, and she's ended up scratching. Unfortunately, she's just had I think stitches in her knee, so she's ended up having to scratch from the event. But I'll just bring up the race standings, and we can have a little look and see how they are looking. So yeah. Jamie, she came in, I think she was 24th position overall. Yeah, 24th overall out of everyone, worth noting. And it was still, like, considering Susanna was not right up there with Jamie and Marie heading into the sort of the final stretch. She really closed that gap, and she was only about 3.5 hours after Jamie. So, I mean, that by all considerations, that is a close result. It's just such a shame Maria had that crash. It would have been amazing to see that battle right to the line, and yeah, it would have been really exciting. And it's great to see that there's so many really strong, fast women taking part in these events now, and there is a real race happening between them, because quite often that there would be women racing, but they'd be so spread out that they're effectively kind of not really sort of head-to-head racing each other. But yeah, it's just great to see the strength in depth. And I think it's a reflection of bikepacking in general. I mean, the men's race, the overall race, everyone, there's more and more people, and the gaps between positions are less and less as more people are understanding these races, know what to do, and are, doing well at it. So we had Joanna in third place. She's just off the bottom of my screenshot here. So she did fantastic as well. So within half a day or so of the other two. So that is our women's podium complete. Before I go any further, I'll just say thank you again to Holy Fat for supporting this. This is going to be my last update for this year's Transcontinental Race. Holy Fat have believed in me and support me from the start. So check those guys out, and maybe consider buying some stuff off of them to sort of say thanks. So yeah, this will be my last update. I'm off to Kyrgyzstan in the morning for the Silk Road mountain race. So I won't be able to do any more updates after this. But the race is not over just yet. So as I said, plenty of riders still out on the course at the moment. These riders look like they're all going to finish. So we've got Nikki Shaw in there. We've spoken about her a little bit. She'll be coming into for fourth place in the women's race. And then a nice spread of riders heading up to that final parcours. That they should get that done within 24 hours or so, I suspect. And there's still plenty of other riders further back. So our CP4, so the cutoff for CP4, that's his Meteorola, is what time was it? 12 o'clock tonight. So 12 p.m. Saturday night. So I mean, they've got 14, 15 hours, I suspect, to get across. So these riders in this bubble in the middle here, hopefully, the riders on the parcours, I would say, they should hopefully be able to get to Meteorola and, get that stamp from Pub 38, and then head on towards the finish. So the finish line shuts, or the official finish shuts at midnight on Monday. So basically the thing with the Transcontinental Race is that the presentations will probably start about 10 o'clock around that time in Thessaloniki. Basically, the finish line normally relocates to the party location. So in order to finish the race, those last riders have to get to the party. So I mean, it's almost the best reception. If you get to the party for your finish, it's a hell of a way to finish. And obviously, the last rider in there before midnight gets the Lantern Rouge. And that's kind of an honour in itself to be the last rider before that midnight cut-off. So I'm not sure if there'll be any tactics to do that, because I think at this point everyone will just be thankful to finish. But we need to keep an eye on that as well. So yeah, when I'm not doing my daily updates, just keep an eye on the tracker, because all these riders, I know it's easy to sit here and look at dots, blobbing across Europe, but each one of these dots is a rider. They've all got their own story. They've all got their own hardships. And I've always said it's almost harder to ride it slow. I mean, the guys like Christof Strasser, Robin, the guys up in the top 10, they've been finished, 3 or 4 days now? So they've had 3 or 4 days rest recovery already. Everyone else has still been slogging out for that extra time. It just makes it so much harder. So yeah, keep an eye on the tracker and keep them in your minds, and yeah, just see who's going to be that final position midnight Monday. So I'll just finish with a bit of a roundup, really. So obviously mentioned Jamie crossed the line, taking the women's classification. Fantastic ride from her. The first woman on the road, actually, though, was Sherry Cardona. She was riding with Geeradsbergen in the pairs race, and again, I've said it a few times, they did a fantastic ride. It is quite hard to coordinate as a pair. They must be really in sync. So yeah, great riding from them. I think they were they 16th overall? Yeah, 16th it says on here, which is probably, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the highest pairs finish ever in the TCR. I don't recall any pair ever sort of being closer. 10 days, 21 hours. That's a fast time for that kind of parcours. So fantastic work from them. We've got to, again, just keep an eye on the Transcontinental Race Instagram for great updates and photos. We just have to mention Maria. So this is Maria. Obviously, there's a nice little paragraph about her here. So she was right up there for the women's race. Her and Jamie were trading first and second over the last 2 or 3 days, but unfortunately she had a crash. Sounds like she's had stitches in her knee, and it's just hard to cycle when you've got that kind of injury on your knee. So she's had to scratch, unfortunately, which is such a shame. It would have been great to see those two race it out over that final parcours. So well done to Maria. A hell of a ride. So hopefully we'll see her back next year, and I'm sure she's relatively new to this world of long distance cycling. So hopefully she's learnt a lot, and I've no doubt she'll be back and faster and stronger. So let's hope so, and let's hope we get another really close race in the women's event next year as well. And then of course the fastest person across Europe this year, Christof Strasser, 8 days, 16 hours and 30 minutes, making him a 2 times winner. I mean, we know that already. Obviously he's been finished a few days now, but yeah, really great to see him backing up his first wing. It's always nice to know it wasn't a fluke. Which it never is crossing Europe. I mean, as I said, every single one of these riders just cycling that far. I mean, if you were to go and drive from Europe, from Geeradsbergen to Thessaloniki in a car, you'd be exhausted afterwards, and it'd be three or 4 days. So doing it on bike, doesn't matter if you do it in 8 days, 10 days, 12 days, 15 days, it's still a hell of a journey. Just want to say congratulations to all the riders. And yeah, just thank you for everyone for watching my coverage. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've got plans to do more stuff around the races. I'm not going to be able to do daily race coverage every single day, unfortunately, or for every single event, because there are so many events now. But I'm going to try and do a regular roundup video, maybe 2 a month or more, depending on the calendar, with all the races. So if you've got any races you'd like to see or any ideas, just drop them in the comments. I'm open to feedback. So yeah, anything you'd like to see, anything you wouldn't like to see, any ideas, chuck them in there, and I'm going to do my best to do regular updates. The next thing for me, and the reason I'm not doing these updates all the way to the party is because I'm heading to Kyrgyzstan tomorrow for the Silk Road mountain race. So if you head over to my ride with GPS, I've got all the files. So the final race route has just been released, so you can have a little dig into that and see what's going to be going on. Again, it's another fantastic race on the calendar. Probably the opposite to the Transcontinental Race. Lots of remoteness, not very much tarmac at all, high altitude, good sections over 3,000 meters. There's the race tracker there, it's on map progress, so keep an eye out for that and keep an eye on the race. Yeah, you can see it's a bit of a lumpy profile. So yeah, that's where I will be. I will have a load of video content coming out once I'm back from Kyrgyzstan. I'm going to try and do some little interviews with the riders before and after the race, do some bike checks, that kind of thing, and hopefully document my own journey on the race. So keep an eye out for that. If you haven't done so already and you want to, not miss anything, then consider giving us a subscribe. And yeah, thanks very much for watching, all your comments and all your support through this race coverage. And I'll see you again soon.